Good afternoon. This short video is going to be the Season 1 mod list. So I have a fair few mods installed. There are videos out there if you do not know how to install mods, if someone really needs a new guide on how to install what you need to so that you can use mods, leave a comment and I might make a video on that. I'm going to list all of the mods that I use and why I use them. Instead of just giving you random names. So libconstruct is a dependency of modular consoles, which we'll talk about later. On its own, it doesn't do anything other than offer the functionality that the other mod needs. Beef's Segi Plus is what makes my buttons radiate light. It does more than that. It's kind of, gamma correction on steroids. I do not have it turned up very high. I just wanted a little bit of glow from my buttons. Honestly, there's still tons of shadows in the game, and I'm still going to have to build lights. But I think this improves my experience and hopefully makes it a little bit easier to see my videos. Also have Beef's Room Defogger. So when there's a sandstorm, or when there's a fog type weather effect in a planet, it happens inside your base, which makes no sense to me if you have a pressurized environment. So if you have a pressurized environment, this just prevents those foggy color changes from happening on the inside. Beef's longer orbital periods. So this is probably the most noticeable and game-changing mod that I have installed. It allows the days to be whatever length you want them to be. And my current multiplier is set to 1.5. So your normal day is 20 minutes. This changes it to a 30-minute day. A little bit more sunlight, a little bit more darkness. I've put this up to like 10,000 before, which turns your day into like 3,333 hours. It's effectively pausing time for getting screenshots or doing that kind of thing. So it has more than one use, but 1.5 is just what I have it set for the playthrough. Beef's Recipes adds a kind of like dockable menu to the right where you can add notes, add text. It does have configuration for formatting as well as checkboxes. I haven't figured out how to use those yet, but just the ability to write down coordinates if I have a node that I want to get back to, or a list of things that I can remember to do next episode. Haven't used it a whole lot yet, but I like it thus far. It is one of the mods that tends to not work the most. So when I have a mod issue, I move my mouse to the right, and it's just not. It doesn't load my menu, my notes menu. So it may or may not intermittently work between episodes. Beef's shader changes. This makes things look prettier. It adds a whole lot of kind of weird stuff, SSAO, some bloom. I'm fairly certain this is also the one that's adding the depth of field. And if you notice on the corners of my screen when I'm wearing my helmet, there's this kind of like curvature effect. That's from this. That's the helmet visor reflections. So I may tweak these settings as time goes on. They're just default right now, but they allow me to clean up the graphics a little bit, so screenshots, and I don't know. I think it looks better, more immersive, if that's still a thing. Render distance multiplier. So default render distance and level of detail, you get not too far from your base, and it just ceases to exist, or becomes a blocky mess. So this allows you to multiply your in-game settings so that things are visible from much farther away, because I'd like to be able to see my base on the horizon if I've gone out for vacation, gone out for whatever to the distance. Decon swap. So this is one of the first functionality changes, other than the longer orbital periods. I have depressurized my base using a wrench trying to fix a pipe so many times that this switches it. So a lot of things that you could just take apart with your wrench, even though you welded it together, didn't make sense to me, and it switches that with the angle grinder. So if you welded it, you kind of have to angle grind it to get it deconstructed. The compass mod. So the UI automatic already gives you the degrees of the heading that you're facing. In my mind, my suit visor should be able to do that as well with in put in instead of 0. Right? It's just a small change. So this gives me a compass when I'm wearing my helmet. The wall indicator mod puts an arrow on my walls, so I always know which way is up. And I said it in one of the episodes. I had too many horizontal and vertical alternating windows. I got tired of it, and I wanted them to match. And this was the easy way out. The floodlight mod. So I haven't used this before, but I'm hoping it fills the need that I've recognized, and that is not having great light options for outside of a base. I do a lot of like outside workshops or I don't know, garage-ish kind of things, and I'm hoping this will give me the light that I want to see outdoors. The letters mod, which is cosmetic, so that I can write messages on the side of my buildings. I don't know. The idea of having like a atmospheric processing building that is separate from the base and being able to label it, I don't know. That's something that I'd like to do. So that's why I added this. Tube. So this adds more, not just cosmetic, but base pieces that you can play with, most of which are round or rounded in one way or another. It fits my headcanon of what buildings would be like on other planets. So I don't know how extensively I'll use it, but I like it. I like the concept behind it, so I figured I'd add it so that I could play with it. More cladding. I like cladding, but any space game that has shapes, there's always going to be more shapes that you want that were just not included at the time of programming. So this just adds a couple more shapes. I honestly don't know if I'll use any of them, but I like cladding, so I added this one. Here we go. Modular console mod. This is why we installed libconstruct in the beginning. This allows you to kind of customize a console or table or a wall of instruments and buttons and levers to do whatever you want them to do. Instead of having to, have 3 rooms walls used up for your buttons and everything. So I haven't really done a whole lot with this mod either, but the concept seems really cool, so I wanted to play with that some. Infinite spray paint. Okay, this is the first really cheaty one that I'll admit to. Paint used to cost flour powder and oil, and now it is 1 gram of iron. And it's already poisoning your atmosphere with pollutants, but it runs out. And I'm just like, okay, you've already set the cost to practically nothing at 1 gram of iron per bottle. So I just remove the cost, because there are other things I want to do than worry about, my spray paint can ran out again in the middle of painting this system. So that's a cheaty one, I know. Network Painter. This works in conjunction with that spray paint mod, because I can spray paint an entire pipe, cable, or chute network. Everything that's connected to that one thing in one spray. That saves a lot of time. A lot of very tedious, I shouldn't be recording this time. Here we go. Fully cosmetic. The Simple Hats mod. Christmas is almost here, and who doesn't want a Christmas hat? I also like the gas mask and the Geordie LaForge Star Trek visor. So I saw this, and I'm like, yeah, I'll add that. The Rubber Duck mod, which I can guarantee you will not be used for anything that may violate the Geneva Convention. It's just a cosmetic. It's stupid. And I saw it. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And similarly, we have the Toy Cosmo mod. There's already a toy cat. Now there is a toy dog. So that's my mod list. I have gone through quite a few additional mods that were here, and I took them out because I never thought I'd ever actually use them. If any mod is added to this for Season 1, I'll release another video where I discuss what I added, why I needed it, why I like it. But yeah, Thanks for tuning in. This is my mod list. I'm just going to leave this up so that you can pause it and copy it down or open the workshop and start subscribing. Thank you for watching. Hopefully there'll be another episode of the Let's Play Season 1 MSB released shortly. And that's all I have to say.